Do you ever wonder how you can stream on both TikTok and a different platform at the same time? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can set up your OBS to stream on both Kick and stream on TikTok Live Studio. First thing you want to do is download OBS. Now, you're going to need a couple different things to be able to stream, but first and foremost, let's set up your sources really quickly. So I already have one set up, so we're going to start one from scratch and we're going to hit sources. Now, obviously, we're doing gameplay, so we want to make sure that we're going to capture that gameplay, which we hit OK, and then it's going to drop down. We're going to put specific window, and that window we're trying to do is Call of Duty, right? So then this way, Call of Duty comes up. Now, second thing we're going to have to add is obviously our camera, right? So you're going to go here, you're going to go into video capture device. I'm using mine currently to record, but just in this example, I'm going to show you this one. I'm going to hit OK. So it's not actually going to come up only because I'm already using that web camera to record this video. Now, a couple different options here. You can go in here and add your audio, but the easiest way that I found, and just to make it look a little bit cleaner here, is where it says mic/aux. You're going to go ahead and hit properties. Now you're going to select whichever microphone you're using. I'm using the Razer V3 Mini, and I'll link off to this down below. I absolutely love this. Works really, really well. So I'm going to select my microphone. Hit OK. So now if I unmute this, I'm going to be able to hear audio. I'm not going to do it in this example because I'm using it currently to record this video and I don't want it to echo. Second thing you want to do is your desktop audio. You want to make sure that you're selecting default on this. It should automatically pick it up. So if I unmute this, you should be able to start hearing some Call of Duty once I open to that screen. So if I'm on COD right now, and I decide, hey, I'm going to play some Warzone, it should be playing the desktop audio. Now, you can mess with the volumes here to make it as loud or as quiet as you want. One thing I definitely recommend, especially if you're streaming on other platforms, is to make sure that the audio sounds good, because sometimes the audio sounds really good on TikTok, but when I'm playing on Kick, the audio is really low. So make sure that you're testing your streams and you're asking your chat. Now, if you're a beginner just like me and you don't have a huge audience just yet, my biggest recommendation is just open your phone and test it out, or get a friend to jump on the live stream to be able to help you. Now, before we go any further, I want to show you the settings as well. So you want to go into settings, and this is exactly how you're going to be able to put your stream key from whichever platform that you're streaming on. And before we're able to get that, just keep in mind that you want to make sure that your stream looks really good. So there's going to be a lot of settings in OBS where you can mess with. I don't even know if I touched this or not. So one thing that I realized was that my video bitrate here was super low. So I like to keep it at least 6,000 or higher, and just the best quality as I possibly can. So I keep it on the slowest. So there is a lag between both streams, but the quality of the content is a lot easier to be able to pull from the Kick streams than they are from the TikTok Live Studio, because it takes a while to download, right? Now, before we set up anything else, mess around with these settings, find something that works for you. This is just what works best for me, right? Everything else, keep it as it was. The only thing I did change was the bit rate and the encoder. I made sure that it was the slowest, just to have the best quality I possibly can when I'm streaming, and a very clean, non-grainy stream. Once you have that all set, make sure you hit apply. I'm going to hit cancel because I don't know if I accidentally touched anything. So you have your gameplay. You can make this as large or as small as you want. I typically just kind of leave a little bit of white space in the background, only because when I'm pulling the clips, it's a lot easier and it doesn't grain as much. But again, this is going to be your personal preference. If you're adding a video capture device and you're not seeing it, it's probably because it's being hid by the gameplay. So you want to make sure your video capture device is always on top of your gameplay, so that way it highlights. If it's below it, you won't be able to see it. It'll be behind the gameplay. So just drag it and literally just drop it. First thing you want to do here is obviously you want to sign into Kick, right? Obviously up here where my little icon is going to say login or sign up. You're going to sign up if you haven't already. If you have an account, you're going to click on your little face and you're going to go into your creator dashboard. In here is where you're going to be able to find your stream URL. Right, so you're going to go into channel, go into stream URL, and you're going to pull this information and you're going to go back into OBS and you're going to add that stream key in the settings where we updated our bitrate, where it says streaming key. So we are in OBS, so it doesn't actually say streaming key, that's my bad, it says stream. So in OBS here, you're going to hit your settings. in these settings where it says stream, this is where you're going to be able to put in your information. So where it says custom here, it's because it doesn't have a kick, right? So you're going to hit custom and you're going to be able to add in the server and the streaming key. Now if you're on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, whatever it is that you're on, you're going to be able to add that information, right? So mine is just set at custom, and I put in my streaming key and the URL. So now anytime I hit that start stream, I'm going to be able to start streaming 1, 2, 3. Now, one thing you're going to realize is that I have no camera here on the TikTok stream. And if you don't know how we set this up already, make sure you go check out the other videos, and I'll make sure to link off on that below, which will show you exactly how we set up this layout to keep our mini map here, our kill cam here, and to be able to see that gameplay and these texts here, which are super easy, and a call to action to get them over to the second platform or the first one, whichever one's your main one. Now here you're going to see that we're not going to be able to use the same camera in both streams, and instead of having 2 different cameras for your audience, you can go ahead and just use one camera. So now in OBS, we're going to have to start a virtual camera. So in your virtual camera, you're going to hit this little gear setting, and you're going to go to source and make sure you select the correct one. You should only have one if you're setting this up for the first time, but if you don't, for me, this is the 3rd time I'm doing this. So if I hit the 3rd and I hit OK and I select virtual camera, then I'm going to be able to see that virtual camera over on the TikTok. So instead of having to have 2 cameras, I can use one camera to stream on both platforms. I forgot to mention, in TikTok Studio, the way that I was able to get my camera to be the same is if I go here and I click on my camera, I'm going to select OBS virtual camera. This here will allow you to be able to pick up. So if I stop the virtual camera, I'm stopping the camera over on TikTok. If I hit start, I'm starting the camera over on TikTok, right? So just keep that in mind, especially if you're streaming. And again, mess with the settings, mess with the layout, find something that works for you. This is what's worked for me as a complete beginner, so I know that I've had a lot of hiccups, so hopefully this helps you overcome a challenge, or it helps you just set up with ease. And again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to drop them down below. Now, as a little bonus, I want to show you guys exactly how I integrate TikTok notifications onto OBS. So if you don't have this set up, or you don't even know what Tickfinity is, I'm going to link off on the other video so you can go ahead and check it out, because we set this all up together. Now, when someone sends a specific gift, we already know that these are enabled. So you already have your sound alerts here. What you're going to want to do is go down to actions and alerts. Right now, what happens here is if you go down, you'll see that this Tickfinity widget screen, all you're going to do is take this URL, and it says ready. What you're going to do is go into your sources, and you're going to hit browser. You're going to say okay. You're going to take this URL that's in here, and you're going to paste in that Tickfinity URL, and you can move this wherever you want, just for the sake of showing you an example of what this is going to look like. I'm going to play a sound. And these notifications, once they pop up on TikTok, will also have an overlay here on OBS as well, which creates FOMO because people do not want to miss out. And this is exactly what it should look like. You have your camera, you have your gameplay, and then your browser here. This is going to be anytime someone drops you a follow or sends you a gift on TikTok, which again we'll just test out so you can kind of see what it looks like in the stream. And you can change this up. You can change up these little graphics depending on what your preference is. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and also drop me a comment down below.